I'm djTLM, and this is Share the Knowledge. Today's podcast is brought to you by Bandzoogle. So I want to get into one more question in this podcast right now, and that question is, are DJs booked for their skills or followers? Now, this falls perfectly in line with what we were talking about, and that is change. Of course, this was about DJ tech, but how you can't really stop change. Things will always change, not just technology-wise, but also how we communicate, how we consume, and also how artists are being judged. And same thing happens with DJs. We are not being judged the same way a DJ was judged like years ago. It used to be about skill. If you were a DJ or MC, they were checking for your skills. Does that MC have that flow, that content? Can he deliver on stage? Can he freestyle, he or she? Same thing with a DJ. Do they have that good collection? Are they creative? Can they cut it up? Stuff like that. Things do change and the market changes. So people judge things differently now. But let's get into this story that relates to the question. I have a new question. Even if the obvious answer to my question in the title is both, do you reckon one is more important than the other? So are DJs being booked for their skills or their followers? I see a lot of DJs here in Paris, especially in my scene, the tropical open format scene. So salsa, cumbia, reggaeton, tropical bass, dancehall, mumba, baile funk, who don't really bother mixing and barely have any DJ skills, but keep being booked because they have quite a few followers due to their networking skills. On the other hand, I feel like I'm being underrated, even though I put a lot of emphasis on DJing skills because I don't have as many followers. I'd rather spend time practicing, recording mixtapes, and digging for new tracks, but many bookers always put pressure on me, telling me I need to bring enough people to the party, and that stresses me out. It makes me feel as if the only thing they care about, and that's the only thing they care about, and skills did not matter. Should I not give a damn and keep doing my thing, or should I bother more? Is the DJ supposed to pay attention to those things, or are skills and song selection the only thing a DJ should focus on? Like you said, the answer definitely is both. I'm an advocate of people still learning how to DJ and all the aspects of DJing. So really focusing on skills, learning the fundamentals, making sure you master those fundamentals and take it from there. But it's just the fact that skills alone don't go a long way at this time. Now, that might change. Every couple years, things do change a bit, and maybe we'll get a renewed appreciation for skills in the future. That could happen. Now, if you're one of those DJs who mastered their skills, then you're ready for that. So I would always make sure that part is on point. Your skills are there. But with skills alone, you will not make it. It's part of the thing that I really hate about the whole scene here as well nowadays, that yes, a lot of it is just about networking, and a lot of these promoters actually really want the DJ to be actively pulling in people when that was never the DJ's job. That's your job as the promoter to promote that party. But half of the time they're looking for people who can just bring in people because they have a large following, or they can put a lot of people on the list and stuff like that. That happens. But networking has always been important. That continues to be important. It's always good to make sure that you know the people, but the people know you. So the promoters know who you are, what you do. Other DJs know who you are, what you do. But yeah, you have to start putting, especially if you want to continue to do a lot of DJing and play at a lot of clubs. That's not my main priority here right now, because most of the parties here are not playing what I like to play. And I don't switch my ways just like that. I don't start playing music because it is popular if I'm not really into it. That costs me a lot of gigs, but that's my choice. I DJ because I do what I like to do. That means that I'm not just going to change and all of a sudden do all sorts of gigs that I don't like. Then I'd rather play less gigs. But if you really want to be active in that DJ scene over there, you have to make sure that you also put in the work to build a fan base, build that brand. It's just important. You have to really put some time and effort in that as well. Because if you can even just make sure that you gain more followers than you have now. So maybe you're not up to the same level as the competitors yet, but at least raise it to get yourself a little bit closer to that. And you have the skills, that can only be a plus. But yeah, it's a fact. You want to make sure that you don't just have your mixes online. You want to make sure that you're pushing them, getting them to the people. If that means that you have to target Facebook ads at certain groups to make sure that they see what you want them to see, or that you have to search for the hashtags for your genres that you play and have conversations with people online, not just pushing your music, but just being part of that community, being part of the people that love the music that you love to play, and you put in your 2 cents when you see topics and people can clearly see from what you post that you know a little bit or a lot about that music, so they come check out who you are and what you do, and build it from there. So that takes a lot of extra work as well. So now you're not just spending a lot of time practicing and working on your skills. Now you also have to make sure that you're networking and that you're putting in an effort to build your personal brand, to build that brand so people know who you are, build that fan base. That's a lot of work. It just is. That's how it goes, and it can take a lot of time as well. But just being good, it's unfortunate to say, but it's been like that for years now. Just being good just doesn't cut it. But I've seen DJs, and you've probably seen them too. If you look on IG, for instance, you see some people that are out there, and they make sure they post a lot of content of themselves doing the thing. The right people start to notice, and when I say the right people, people who are into that. So if we're talking turntablism, people start to see that, notice that, then you are building a little fan base, and that can grow and that can grow, so that can work. But it's not for everyone. Not everyone is into posting a lot of stuff or engaging with a lot of people online. And some people will just say, nah, forget Facebook, forget Instagram. I'm not into all of that. I'm just doing my thing. That's perfectly fine. You need to do what feels right for you. But if you want to make sure that you can actually compete with some of these other DJs, and you can already tell that most of them are being booked because of their popularity, not their skills, then you're going to have to work on that popularity as well. If you're not content with the way things are going now, for me, like I said, I'm not switching my music styles to get more gigs over here, because I know that will work if I start to play what they want to hear, and I'm not feeling that. But I'm content with playing less gigs right now, because I found another passion which also falls within that same realm, and that is making a lot of these videos and other content. I'm going to be doing more voice, more written content as well, but all DJ related. So I'm still spending a lot of my time around this, but just less time in the clubs. But I'm okay with that. And who knows, in a couple of years, people are looking more for what I'm doing, and I start to do more gigs again. We'll see. But if you want to do more gigs now, you will have to make sure that you're also really into that side and promote yourself and build that brand. Bandzoogle makes it easy to build a stunning website for your music in minutes. You can choose from hundreds of mobile-friendly themes and then customize your design and content in a few clicks with Bandzoogle's easy visual editor. Now, all the features you need for a professional website are already built in, including tools to sell your music and merch commission-free, mailing list tools to grow your fan list and send newsletters, and integration to pull in content from all your online services, including Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. I use Bandzoogle to create the Share the Knowledge podcast website, and that was very easy. Bandzoogle plans start at just $8.29 a month and include your own free custom domain name. Now, if you want to try it out for free for 30 days, click on the link in the description box down below, and be sure to use the promo code SHARE to get 15% off the first year of your subscription.